we're going to start as long as you can see. If everybody can mute themselves, I would appreciate it. I think we're just going to go in. Hopefully you have your catalog. I'm going to start with the Be Mine Suite collection. So of course you probably have seen lots of this because we were able to pre-order it. Those who went to on stage in last November. So I have some projects. I'm going to scoot this maybe like that. Some projects that I did, of course, you have the stamp set and the ribbon and gems. I didn't bring it all out. We could be here forever if I brought everything out, but I do want to show these little boxes. I don't know if many of you have them. They're called square pillow boxes, and they are super easy to create with. So they're really thick, white cardboard. You basically just bend it on these little curvy sides, oops, and then you peel off one edge, and then it all goes together like that. So this is the actual pillow box itself. And what I like about it is that I could make a belly band, I could add to that, but they can easily get to the contents. You don't ruin anything by creating it, wrapping it. I stamped directly on this with my inks. I did, after I stamped, I set it aside and they did not smear. The next day I let it overnight and they were just fine. I used regular Memento ink and all our classic inks. So it's quite easy to make these. I did a little gift for some of my team members when we had an event together. So that's the Be Mine Suite. Then I'm going to talk about just a little bit about the Sending Love dies. Now, when you just, I don't know if everybody knows this, I learned just a few years ago that they have shaded images in our catalogs. Do you ever notice that? Those shaded images mean there is a die to match them. So something that doesn't have a shaded image or shaded color on it does not have a matching die. So just a little tip. And note these little messages that Stampin' Up! Is printed on here. It says multiple images on one stamp. Die cuts out separate shapes. So this is one die right here, but cuts out 4 hearts. So they're smarter in that all those little tiny dies that we tend to lose sometimes or lose track of, when they put them together on one die, you have a tendency not to lose them. So they're getting smarter. Okay, next. Oh, this one right here. Oh, I was going to show a sample with that. I did have a card swap with the Sending Love, and they did use some circle die stamped all over the background. Interesting colors of Petal Pink and Lost Lagoon. I would have never thought to put those together. That's one sample. All right, now for the interesting one. How many of you noticed this Hooray for Surprises bundle in that there's a peekaboo aspect to it? If you look closely on this right side of this page, you'll find there's a tab on these dies. So I did go ahead and lots of samples to show you. Die cut all of the pieces out of with the dies in different colors. Some I stamped and then die cut, like this little daisy or flower is a die cut. But this is how the actual dies work. Could you see that? There is a little I don't know if you call it a perforation or a piece that catches right here. And so the reason for that is for you to add one of the words like pull or open here, and then they lift it and there's a surprise inside. So this is a pull type where they can pull it to get a surprise or to open it. I haven't fiddled with this die yet, but there's the bundle. And I did make a project so I could demonstrate this so you could see how this works. So I used the new Sale-a-Bration paper, both those on the paper. This is Flirty Flamingo with real red. There's my little daisy popped up on this, die cut. So I added the little pull. So what I did was I kind of opened it already. Right there is the little perforation. I think there's one right here and one up here, but I opened it so you could see, so I could show you what it looks like. Now, what I did, there's a one tiny little bit that I didn't pull all the way. And you know what I did? I added a mini glue dot right beside it. I'm like, well, then when people pull or lift or open, it won't ruin the card. It stays right there and they can close it again. So otherwise, if they pull this off, it's not ruining the card because you still see that, but now the daisy's still there and I can kind of press it and they can still peek. So it's a little peekaboo. Does that make sense? That was my take on this set of dies. And it doesn't lay flat because I did open those perforations that are right there, but I wanted you to see how it works. So yeah, right there by that little connecting point is a mini glue dot. So anyway, that is my take on the Hooray for Surprises bundle. So yeah, they have an open here and a pull tab that you can add to that. Okay, the Forever Love bundle. Very, very feminine, very feminine. Okay, so I have a few things. Here is the Forever Love designer paper. It's got peacock and gold and mauve in the specialty sides, and then the other side has petal pink and vanilla. So it's really pretty paper. And I did get a sample from my friend Susie. She's super talented. She did an interesting little latch card. You see how that's working? This is the designer paper, and she cut, I think it's 5.5 by, it could be 12. I don't know her measurements, but she, let's see, how did she, oh yeah, in between that little circle die cut, so it stays closed. Get that? But one thing she told me she did, now this die, oh, it's so hard to see, but they're right here. Let me go back to the larger portion, page 71. So if you ever wonder, what does the die really look like? How big is it? Use the references. They give you the page number. So I'm talking about this die right here, this little circle. She cut out 2 in gold foil and she put them together because, what did she say she did? She told me she did 2 so she could have some gold underneath to add the white circle onto. So I'm not quite sure what she did. It's hard to see because it's already there, but she told me she did 2, left the inside so she could add that circle to the inside. So anyway, that it's a very delicate circle. So the other thing I wanted to point out in this suite were these cards and envelopes. Now I have to go back. I need to have a marker. Okay, so these little gold foiled flower cards and envelopes, you get, I think it's 10 card bases and 10 envelopes. You can see how, it's hard to show you. Let me try something solid. See how delicate and pretty the flap is. It really, really, pretty. Okay, all right, moving along. I'm not going to show everything, just what I have samples for. Now we get to the brayering and layering page. So how many of you are intrigued by these with the brayer? Yeah, it's really quite interesting that we got a brayer back. It's been years since we had a brayer. So it's larger than our old brayer, and at first I thought, oh, it's not as nice. You know, the handle's not metal, but they were really smart. They made it wider. Then they gave us these little kind of a stand. So your brayers all say inked up, and you don't want to lay it down. You don't want to get ink on your surface. If you lay it this way, it doesn't touch your work surface. This keeps it above your area. Okay, now I ordered the Thoughtful Moments embossing folder, and it comes with dies in it. So here's the folder. Okay, nice. It's a thick folder. It's a 3D, and here are the dies. So how this works, I'm going to go ahead and take this off. You get lots of little ones too. I'll show you that in just a minute. So I laid this down on my work surface. I inked it up in real red, and you actually brayer on the side with the label, the Stampin' Up label. So you brayer over that, just keep adding. And I have a picture I'll show on my blog and on probably on Facebook as well. But this, I got ink on the flat surfaces. I'm like, oh, this is going to be really hard. It's not going to turn out well because I didn't do it hard. I did it nice and gently, inked it up. When you're brayering, I tend to lift instead of going back and forth. So you want to lift and do a circular motion. So then I'm going to just pretend this is my white paper, laid that in here. Pretty sure, no, I have to double check myself. Now that I'm thinking, no, that is how it is. Okay, laid my paper in here, laid this die over my inked embossing folder, and it kind of nestles right in there. Now the die does get, where is it nestling? There it is. The die does get a little ink on it because if you got a little ink between the words, so then I kept this nice and tight, closed it up, and ran this, pretend this is white paper, ran this through my embossing folder, and I got perfect inked words. I did not get any ink, all the little bit of mess that I thought I was ruining, that I had, a little bit here, and a little here, a little here. I'm gonna just mute.
Okay.
Can you mute yourself, Jan? See if I can do that.
Okay, well,
Let me try. We have somebody that is not muted, so let me just see if I can mute them. Sorry, just gonna go around and mute those who aren't, and we'll go back to speaker view. Hello again. Okay. So anyway, it's textured and it has a fine ink to it. And what's really cool, this is a swap I got from somebody, and I actually redid it because they did not have this this white piece underneath. So this got a little lost in the busy paper without that. So I added this, I peeled this off. It was beautiful, but I wanted the accent to be this and be noticed. So I peeled that off, added it, and you could cut out any of these and add that. And you could do a whole thing with purple or whatever color ink you want to do and make 10 cards with different greetings on them ready to go. So this is kind of interesting to use your designer paper. I would probably add a little bit more detail to this card, maybe a strip of a pretty peacock or the Highland Heather or something to jazz it up a little more, but I like to add more. That's my thing. So anyway, I was really impressed. I thought that this was a great product. I was surprised how perfect they came out, and it was my first try. So anyway, I encourage you, if you like that, go ahead and get it, because I don't think you'll be disappointed in that Thoughtful Moments hybrid embossing folder and all the little extras that you get in there. Okay, that's little demos over. We will move on. Okay, now I had to get this stamp set, the Hills of Tuscany. How many of you are interested in what I call scene builders? They're really fun to do because when the stamp, you can see they're distinctive. Very important when they do these scene builder stamps to have them have highs and lows of the quality of, or how much ink they absorb and put down on the paper. So here's the card. I just played around. I gave myself like 10 minutes to make a card. Used Old Olive and Balmy Blue and just played with, you can see this image right here is the little kind of hills. This one I stamped repeatedly to get my whole green base. Some were inked solid, some were second generation. And this is the cloud up on top. I added this one right here, just to have something else in that white space. I just couldn't leave it alone. But very easy card, quick with just 2 inks. So I was pretty impressed. I think I'll be using this one a lot. I think it's fun. Okay, the ferns. The ferns, I'm a fern girl. They're probably one of my favorite plants in my garden. And so I did not get time to make a sample with this one, but I did do the die cuts for you and showing you what they are about. So you can see that this is all connected. It's one of those little squares, right, like this. So it's all connected. So you can put them around any square or rectangle greeting. Not a square, it's a angled image. Then you have these stitched rectangles plus all the ferns. 4 of them matched images. As you can see, if you look at the shaded area, 4 are shaded. So that is the wild ferns. All right, moving on. Perennial lavender. So this suite, here is the designer paper, purples and pretty peacock, and I believe, I don't know what I would call this, probably crumb cake. They don't have it listed. You know that all the colors are listed here when you have your designer paper. They show you what colors are in that paper. So I should have my chat on so I can answer questions. Oh, thank you, Valerie. That's kind of you not to go for prizes, just because you're a demo. I appreciate that. You don't have to do that, but you can. I will try and keep my chat on so I can answer any questions. If anyone wants to interrupt me and it's regarding what I'm showing right now, please go ahead and unmute yourself so you can ask your question. Okay, I have quite a bit to share on this one. This is one of the prizes today. It's the paper butterfly accents. And yeah, they're beautiful. You can color them. So here's a card we're doing for one of my card club projects this month. And you can see they come white, but you can color them. And I just sponged them. So also I want you to notice this embossing folder. This is layered floral, and it's deeply, deeply textured. So you can, I just rubbed my white ink pad over this to catch a little bit of highlights, but it is just a beautifully textured embossing folder. Hopefully you can see that pretty well. So, all right, set that aside. And here's another butterfly. My friend Susie made this card. It is a latch card. So, and she used the stamp set that's coming up right here. So with that butterfly, she just added the Wink of Stella to that project. Here's another one with the actual stamps. Let me turn the page here. With the actual stamps from the painted lavender set. Another one, I believe this one was Susie's as well. These are the perennial postage dies. Right here, I'll be talking about in a minute. And here's another one with a few die cuts, the paper and the perennial postage dies as well. And this is the perennial postage bundle. And I did do a sample of the dies. So you can see there are 2. The white is the largest die. The next one in black is the next die. Then you can see all these red and white ones in the center. These are, I think they're going to be very popular. Yeah. So, okay. All right. I believe that's it for the perennial lavender wheat. Okay.
Leanne,
Yes.
you're doing a fabulous job.
Thank you, Ruth.
You are. I love your samples. They're awesome.
Oh, good. Oh, and by the way, I should tell everybody, I joined 2 big swaps. I think I'm getting 20, 40, 80 cards due yesterday. And they didn't come today. I would have had tons more to share, but I hope to get them tomorrow for my open house. But thank you, Ruth. Yeah, I am short samples. So today I was trying to fill in. I was working on a few samples to show you on some of my favorites. So yeah, oh goodness. Oh, I think I am missing, take my paper clip off here. Oh, and my phone is ringing. It's way over on the other desk. So I'm just going to ignore it. Okay, the Everyday Details bundle. Isn't that the way it goes? You forget to mute your phone one time and then you get a call. Okay, everyday details. So this I had to have because of the dies. So here is a sample of the dies. Looks like my adhesive is not quite enough, but I have to take this one out because it surprised me, and it may surprise you. This one right here. So all of these others are single. This one is a double. So it's interesting, but I cut this out and it does cut between them. So you get this one in the inside. This white one right here is what you get when you use this die. But then I put it on another piece of white paper and added this one, and I got that. So I don't know, the other reason this die would work is if you wanted a double circle, pretend this outer white layer is not there, is I don't think you would cut it. I think you have to have another die, because this does not cut the inside edge. This only cuts the outside edge, and this one only cuts the center edge. So it looks like you're going to get, well, it actually is right, four different circles, and that's what you get. So I know it was confusing to me, but so you'll find out when you use them that you're not going to get 4 individual small rows of dots. And there's rectangles, then there's these stitched ones, which are right here. That is one piece. And these two I'd put beside each other to die cut, but this could easily be like a frame. You could do a little frame around your cards with that one. So I haven't explored these dies yet, but I did get a couple samples made. See if I can get those back in there. Okay, all right. So that's the everyday details dies. I really, really like them. You know, who doesn't like stitched circles? This is a swap I made with that largest circle. You can see how that works. And just I scored it and adhered the flap down, added both dies, the largest and the smallest circle, with the nest. And here I colored the eggs with my Wink of Stella and ink from the Coastal Cabana. Just a really light kind of robin's egg blue for that card. And this is another swap I did using the teacup image and the dies. Now the white one is from the Stylish Shape dies. And this is a piece of paper coming up. I don't have this paper out yet, but it'll come up. So, but interestingly enough, this half triangle is from a 4-inch square. Okay, so you get 2 cards using this from one 4-inch square if you do it on the angle like that. So I got a swap like this or something, and I thought, how did you do that? So I had to play with it, and I thought it was an interesting way to point to your main image, your circle. Okay, all right, next. If you just joined us, I honestly have not been keeping track of who is joining, who's on, but there's going to be prizes at the end. So hang on. Their prizes are, I'll just show you real quick. They are a stamp set, a pack of white cardstock, was a gift from Stampin' Up, butterflies, and one of my glue stands with a liquid glue in it. Those are the 3 prizes. But we'll do prizes when I'm done. So hang in. Hang in. All right, so the Lighter Than Air bundle, or suite, I should say. This is the paper, gorgeous pastels. If you're a pastel person, this is going to be paper for you. It is absolutely stunning because, well, there's only one sheet that has the balloons on it. The rest are all, I mean, they could be birthday, they could be baby, they could be little kids. It's just really pretty. And oh, these gems, I didn't give out, but they are rainbow gems and they're gorgeous. And then of course, twine to match. It's a beautiful suite. So I did do some die cutting. Let me turn the page so you can see. I'm gonna see if I wanted to highlight anything here. I don't think so. There are clouds, there are windows, there's the hearts, there's all kinds of things in this one. And I love, love, love this banner that's included. So that's one of the dies. Okay, so that is the Later Than Near. Here's a swap card I received. I thought Tracy Jacobs was the author on that one, the creator. Just simple square of paper. And if it were me, I would make this a 3x3 because then you get 4 pieces out of a 6x6. So great swap card idea, just to, or multiple mass producing. There's another one with a little half window, I guess I'd call that, where it kind of doesn't finish. I really like the look of that. I forget to do that all the time. Now, this is a card I did on last week's live. This is it called a spanner card or a bridge card? I'm not sure what this is, but this is, the live, and there will be a free project sheet on my blog, which is flowerbug.net. If you're not following me on my blog, I have a lot of free project sheets from every week's video. So it's what I do lately to give you guys some inspiration. Okay, I gotta move on to my next basket of goodies.
Leanne,
Yes,
could you show again with the balloons, the all the dies that the
Yes.
samples you had all in one?
I sure can. You have a question?
Yeah, talk to me about the color. Is all the color the dye?
Good question. I stamped the stripes. These
Oh.
are everything in pink is stamped.
Okay, is that Berry Burst?
It is. Yes,
I
so
love how you did
I
that.
should say this background piece right here, that is stamped in green with the die cut over it. The white die cut is
Okay.
over the stamped green, but that is also a die. The green is a die that I cut out.
I see. I see.
Yeah, I mean, this could be there. There's a lot of mix and match as far as what you can do with these dies. I think the best way to see what they're capable of is to look at their samples. They did a really good job of showing how to put together all these little pieces and the options you can do on your balloons. So yeah, the samples are necessary in my book for these dies and this set.
And so the stamp set, you stamped them, that's how you did the color. It wasn't
Exactly. Yes.
okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, except for the bright green. That's Granny Apple. Oh, no, it might be Lemon Lime Twist. So the heart under here, that's cardstock, the green.
Oh.
The white is a die. The green is a die
Okay.
in green. This is a die in green, die, a die, but this is stamped. It's also obviously a die, but that's stamped here.
So the one that the green one, the green heart one.
Yes. So
Did
there's
you
a die. Oh, let me pull the dies out. It'd be much easier if I just pull them out and show you.
I did not get this set and I love what you did. I
Thank
love
you. So here is that die.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, when you see these tiny little dies,
Yeah, you gotta go
it
back.
really does not portray them well. I know it says you can look at bigger dies on page 70, but even that is not that much bigger. It's a little bit bigger.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, you honestly have to study our catalogs.
So what did you attach when you adhered it for the green one?
Yeah.
Did you use the
how'd you adhesive sheet?
Yeah.
No, I'm a big Tombow girl.
Okay.
I can get it all done in combo, and usually I don't have too many I just use such a tiny amount.
Okay. Little dots.
Yep, I do. So thank you for asking.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
So, Leanne,
yes.
the one that's on the very left, would you just go quickly back through the layers again? You
This one
stamped
here?
it. Yes, that
Yes.
one.
Okay, so I stamped this image right here.
Okay.
And then there is a solid white layer that I stamped with that. And then I die cut it with the die cut. You can kind of see when I lift under there. And then on top of the green stamped one, there is a white intricate set of dies.
Okay.
It's hard there. I guess I glued them down pretty good, but right under there, you can kind of,
So is the green one solid green? It's solid green, and then you put the fancy dye on top of it.
it's actually not. It's this image right here.
Okay,
Stamped
all right.
green on white paper.
okay.
And then I did not even stamp the basket. I just die cut my baskets plain. I did not stamp them, but they have two that match these. Yeah, and I didn't even fiddle with this die. I don't even know where. I mean, I'm sure it's here somewhere. Oh, there's a little portrayal of this die that goes under a balloon. So yeah, like I said, there's a lot of combinations you can do with this bundle. It's very they did a great job on that one.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Tracy. Okay, next is this Filled with Happiness. I had to get it because it matches the new modern oval punch, which is a really good size. If you don't have this one yet, and you like punches, this fits a lot of greetings, even if you don't get the matching set. So what intrigued me was that the punch punches out the inside of these larger images and the outside of the smaller greetings and image. So you can pop them up. Here's, let's see, yeah, this is how I made the card. Here's this one right here. So I stamped it on my white paper, then I punched it out and popped it up so you can kind of see the melon mambo underneath it. Kind of intriguing. You could do a lot more with layers and you know, do more, but I just did a simple card like that with to show you this set. Okay. All right, next is this ice cream swirl bundle. So I'm sure many of you are intrigued with that. I did not order it. I don't have it to show, but I did get some samples. And I believe most of these are from my friend Susie, who is so talented. So here is one of her cards that she used, and she stamped that on probably pecan pie. I believe this is Poppy Parade, and this is Petal Pink. But if you can see, after she stamped the top and die cut it, she ran it through the embossing folder with the painted texture, I believe. And it does give that layered effect of ice cream. So really smart to do that. Now this one is another way to do that. This is another card. Oh gosh, I don't have the author of this card, but it was another swap. You know what? I think it's hers. I think it's Susie's. But see here, she used all dies. So this one she stamped, and then die cut them. But this one is a die, and these are both dies. So this right here is a layer, a thin layer, and she ran them both through the painted texture embossing folder. Really cool. Yeah, one of those center step cards. Very pretty. Okay, so next, I'm going to do the Sale-a-Bration catalog too. I don't have that much left to show. I don't have this, but I was going to show these masks. They show them with the stamps alone. This is the outline floral image. That's just the stamp, probably heat embossed in white. This is the masks with the dies, that card, and this one is stamped dies and masks. So you can use this bundle. You can get them separate or together as a bundle. So I don't own that yet. Yet, you notice I say. All right, so Nature Sweetness bundle is full. Another two, I should say sweet. Another 2 bundle suite. So I'll show you a little bit of both. Although, however, I do not have any swaps or samples made with this. So the paper has, as it shows here, Pebble Path, Pecan Pie, and Gold Foil. So it has, I have to show you the dies. I did make samples of the dies for you. Okay, so the Lovely and Sweet. Here is the stamp set. So as you can see, the three that are highlighted have the dies that match the stamps. So I stamped them in black, and the rest of the dies I simply cut out in, I think, Berry Burst and Lemon Lime Twist. So, and then it has a really neat label, and then it has a tab that you could use on the side of a card just to add that little accent or for a pull. So yeah, this is a really pretty bundle. I'm excited to play with it. I just didn't have enough time to do it all. All right, then we have the Notes of Nature, which is the other bundle in this suite. This one's interesting in that there is like a notebook edge. So I glued just part of this down. It perforates down the center of the circles. So you can use this as like a binder, or you can, thread like the ribbon through it like they did here, or as an edge and tear it off. So there's a lot of different ways we're going to find people using that. I also wanted to note that, let's see, I think it's back on this page. This looks like, well, what do I do with that long piece of leaves? If you look at what they did, they broke it up into many pieces. They don't use, this one uses it all the way across. This one does, but this used just a few pieces of it. Just think, you could cut that off right there and right here and have this many different sprays of leaves. So once I saw that, I'm like, okay, that makes it a lot more versatile. Okay. Oops. Moving on. Ooh, these cork, adhesive back cork rounds are really interesting. It matches the faux leather trim really well. They are both kind of that textural cork looking, almost like cork or leather. Okay. Oh yeah, there's that. And moving on to page 46, where they show the brayer and these mini alphabet dies. So I didn't realize, I mean, I could have seen that, but I didn't realize that they were one solid piece. So their tape, I tell you, if we could market that tape, there's nothing like it. So these dies cut out all of the alphabets at once, or you can put a little piece. Say you just want an N and an O and a C and an A. You can just put little pieces in there and cut them out. So, and they're a nice size for cards because you can actually spell something and fit it on a card if you want to. So then they have the accents, and I'm not sure what language all that is in, but it's not English. right here. So yeah, those I haven't used yet either. All right. Oh, this set right here, I do have it and I forgot to get it out. This is one of those reversible stamp sets. They called it reversibles. And that image is flat on one side and textured on the other. You can kind of see here where they stamp some leaves solid and some leaves with the texture on that. So it'll be interesting. I've seen a few really neat cards made with those already. I just haven't had time to play with it. And I didn't get this suite, but this is the Just Kidded designer paper. And I was looking at the sample and I'm like, okay, I don't even need the stamp set or the dies, because you can just cut out some designer paper, add a little greeting, and you've got a kid's card. Or fussy cut some of these little cuties and add them to a card like this one. You wouldn't even have to own the dies and the stamps. So that encourages me that I'm going to use up my paper. Okay, Bright Skies bundle. I did not get that one yet either, but looking at these dies, I'm quite intrigued, and I have a few samples to show you, but there's a line of like clouds that I saw. Was it the next page? Oh, here, right here. If you look really closely, there are 2 layers of green that could be hills, like they did with flowers, or you could turn them around and turn them into clouds on the top. So here's a card. I don't know who made this one. Yes, I do. Kay Cogbill made this one. The 2 large clouds she turned on. And this is the paper from Sale-a-Bration I'll be showing in a little bit. And the free ribbon as part of Sale-a-Bration. This is a free spool of pool party ribbon we can get as well. Okay. Oh, the cows. How many of you love the cows? I did not get it yet. I'm not truly a cow or a farm girl, so I didn't get it yet. I do love punches. So here is one somebody made with paper from the annual catalog. That's a neat little background. And just the popped up head, really cute, easy card. Here is one my friend Susie made and sent to me. Isn't that neat how she used that let's see, heartfelt hexagon punch as a window and put her greeting inside. And what's neat, instead of just stamping directly on there where you might not get it straight or not, she stamped on a separate piece of white and added that inside and then just put it right in the window. This is the new paper I'm going to be showing you in just a moment. So that's really cute. And here's another swap I received using the cow bundle. And yeah, I guess there's the cow's facing two ways. That's interesting. I wonder how that works with the punch, because the punch only goes one way, but
It doesn't work with the punch.
it doesn't. Oh, because it's not highlighted. Thank you, Ruth. That
Yep.
one's just for stamping.
Yep.
Yep, only the highlighted items are punched. Thank you for reminding me of that. So, I mean, you could certainly fussy cut it if you wanted to, but yeah, the head does. So if you want to fussy cut this body, you can. But yeah, cute card. Okay, that's the cutest cows bundle. And now I get to the rock and roll designer paper. I did not get the bundle, but I have a sample. So I'm missing one because I used it for that swap and I ran out and it's on order. So I need to add my last sample here of the paper. But here is a swap card I received. So I think that was a die cut. That's a die cut. Yeah, it's a cute card. Okay, moving on. Oh, I will show these. They are pretty flat. You know, for me, my top thing I love about embellishments is if they're flat. That's my biggest, right away, I gotta feel them. And these are pretty good. They're not very raised. There's lightning bolts and stars. They are cute, really cute. Okay. All right, moving on to a lot of people's favorite, the trusty tools. All right, so you know the paper that goes with this is in Sale-a-Bration. So they're very smart that way, Stampin' Up is. They get you, okay, you buy this, oh, I gotta get the paper too. So some of these samples that I'm showing you does have the paper and the dies. This is one Susie Wood made me. She stamped and die cut all the tools, made a fun fold, interesting fun fold where she just scored it here and had it in easel like that. Isn't that neat? She is so good at fun folds. Here's another, oh, this is one I made and I messed up during the video. This is another video I did with that kind of a bridge card. So there's that. And then I did this little latch card in last week's video as well. So this circle, to hold that closed, and watch the video for you to figure it out, but there are dimensionals right here because they will hold that latch closed. So you can't put the dimensionals on this flap, but you can put it next to it and then it holds that card closed. So that's last week's video will be a free project sheet this next week on my blog. So let's see the dies. I got to show you the dies. All right, so here are the dies. So they have a perforated, I guess you'd call it, what do you call those boards that are off? I'm drawing a blank right now. Pegboard. Thank you. We think alike. Pegboard. So then I did the tools and there is a wrench that goes over there. There are probably more stamps. I think you can stamp and put a piece of like a die cut over this wrench. There's so many more dies that I didn't even cut out. But I did make this, the little, I guess I would almost call that a vice grip if it had, and then the drill, the paintbrush. This greeting label is pretty neat. I like that. So yeah, great set. They really hit it out of the park with this bundle. Really a good job. Okay, I didn't get the graduation set. Skipping a few pages to page 61, Poetic Expressions. Here is the designer paper. So really a wide variety of colors if you look down here, but they're very, I guess I call this distressed. Some people do not like distressed paper, but yeah, it's just really interesting paper. It's lots of pretty patterns on it. I have some samples. I'm going to turn the page. I did get the dies, but I did not get the stamp set yet. I'm going to qualify that. But the stamp set has 4 images on it that you would need the dies, but I really wanted these. I don't know why. They intrigued me. Anything that's stitched and layered in incremental sizes intrigues me, and I love this little flower. I think that's just really cute, kind of Jetsons like, if any of you are old enough to know what Jetsons are. I do want to point out these little gems. These champagne iridescent dots are loose, but they're not so tiny that you can't add a drop of glue and drop one of these on to your project. That's what they did on the flowers here. If you can see that, they just added to these flowers right here, or even the center of that, you could add a gem with a drop of glue or a mini glue dot, depending on which size you use, but they are iridescent. So, okay, my samples are this one right here. Let me turn the page, sorry, because it uses this stamp set. So here, what in the world would I do without you? Nice saying. Here's another card. I think Susie made this one. Interesting gift card, where she cut this down the center of a tall card, and then you open the side. I don't know where this is from. I know it's in here somewhere, but I didn't find it. But this is that same designer paper. As you can see, she used the 2 blues here for her swap card, for her card. So beautiful. Love this set of dies.
Leanne,
Yes.
could you show that again, Susie's card, where the gift card holder goes? I
Yeah,
didn't see.
it's very interesting how she did
Uh-huh.
this. But basically, this piece missing from this is glued down.
Oh, I see.
So she made a cut on, I can't lift it up, of course, it's glued
Right.
down. But yeah, she just made a cut to the fold
Okay.
and then glued it down on the edge here so you could insert your gift card.
That girl.
I
Okay.
know, right? She is just so creative. Yeah, and
She is.
she just whips these layered. They're so
Is
fully
she-
layered.
She's so amazing.
She is. She is. When she heard I didn't get
Mhm.
what I was waiting for swaps, she mailed me some this week just so I would get some from her. She made extras for me. She's amazing. Okay, this card. Oh, let me see, where did it go? Okay, here it is. So this was a swap I got, and I honestly wasn't looking at this set, but that is gorgeous. This is the stippled roses, and there's a set of dies that go with it. I don't know why I didn't look at it because I love leaves. Yeah, this is a beautiful card in Misty Moonlight. So Dina Reckow made that one. So then lastly, I think this is my last sample for this book. This is where you find the layered florals embossing folder. So some people, I have many friends or downline say, well, where's that in the catalog? Well, if you don't look on these pages right here and these, you're going to miss a lot. This is the kind of the holy grail of our catalog, because all of the designer papers are in one spot, all the tools and embellishments are in another, the punches, then you get to the dies and embossing folders, and then the stamps. So if ever I'm looking for a stamp set, I will go the alphabetical order and find the name and then the page number, and I can go there. Instead of going through my whole book, trying to find that stamp set or that dies, I will look at this. And the neat thing is now our dies match the name of the stamps. So you can put them together and know that the Delicate Forest is with the Delicate Forest stamp set and dies, so they match. So yeah, but this is where I always look at the embossing folder because inevitably I missed that. that little corner of that embossing folder. Let me find it again. Right here. I mean, I highlighted it, but would you even notice that? Yeah, so use that back of your catalog. All right, so I did get the inspirational sketches because it's distinctive. I am a huge fan of distinctive stamps. Distinctive means they have the texture of the rubber will allow the ink to saturate the rubber in different, I don't know, I'm saying it badly, but basically stamping it, you get multiple hues from one stamp set. So here is the bird image right here, and that's in copper clay, and this is shaded spruce, and I just simply stamped that bird, and you can see where it's dark and it's light and there's shading in there. I don't have to do a thing. I don't have to color that. It's just beautiful. And it's just a simple gatefold card. I did stamp this little crosshatch that I thought reminded me of birds and nests and things on the side. This is those perennial postage dies right here. Simple card, threw it together because I wanted a sample for you today. Okay, all right. I am going to, oh, this is the other awesome part of the catalogs is where all the bundles lie. And they're in alphabetical order, A and B. And you can see all of them with the dies, and then they reference back to the page that they're showing the whole thing on. So page 51 for this one. So use the back of our catalog. It is tremendous for a reference. All right, the last thing, did you know that there are QR codes that you can hover your phone over, turn your camera on, hover your smartphone over that, and it will bring you to a link. They don't have a lot in this catalog. I think they just showed it in the beginning. Yeah, here with the kids collection. They showed a QR code here and they showed one here. So this is our host benefits. So any order over 150 will earn you stamp rewards. They always show or give us at least one or two options of a host stamp set. And this time is Carnival Treats. That's a reduced price. So its value is 24, it's reduced to 14. So you can get a good deal if you use it with your host benefits. So for example, put a $300 order in. Okay, I'll go back to 150. You get 10% of that, which is $15. You can use your $15 towards that or anything in the catalog. Now, I do want to mention some of you are my customers and you place orders. And I give free gifts with orders online if it's over a certain dollar amount. If your order is over 150, please do not use the host code. I want you to get your own Stampin' Rewards. So yeah, you do not use the host code. You'll still get a gift from me, but don't use the host code. Okay, and then next is the part of joining Stampin' Up. It's always $99 unless there's a special. I will talk a little bit more about that when I get to celebration. So we're going to stop for a minute and I'm going to answer any questions right now. You can unmute yourself and ask a question if you have one. And then we're going to start in celebration. I'm going to take a quick drink. Talking for this long can definitely need to wet your whistle. Okay, we have a little bit of time left, so we're going to work into celebration now. Okay, so hopefully you all have a
Leanne,
oh,
can
yeah.
I ask a question?
Betcha.
Okay, the Hooray for Surprises that had the little pop-ups.
Yes.
How did you make sure you were aligned underneath? So like if you had a full piece of paper and then you were putting that up on the top, how did you make sure your image underneath was going to be where you wanted it?
Good question, Tracy. I should have covered that. So let me grab, oh, I see the card right now. Okay, so what you want to do is there is actually this, I cut this piece, say it's 2.5, this designer paper. I cut another piece 2.5, a white underneath it. And then I actually, so some people say that you should cut a third piece out to use as a template. Well, what I did was before I laid this on there, okay, take away, I wish I had, take away the designer paper. All I have is my white piece, right?
Okay,
Okay, pretend that's there. So
okay.
I laid my die, the circle die, I can't find it right now. I've got a whole pile of goodies, but I laid the die that I was going to use, this one with the tab, right in the center. I just laid it on there because I knew it was going to center, and I stamped directly through the die.
Okay.
Some people say that they recommend doing a separate, a third layer. I didn't find that necessary. So, but honestly, unless you're really close to the edge, does it matter if you're 1/8 of an inch off a little bit? It does not to me. But so yeah, I used the die as my guide. I laid the die because I only had like 1/8 of an inch on all edges. So I did that purposely and cut that very small so my die would fit with just a hair on all edges. Does that make
Thank
sense?
you. I don't have that set, and I was like, oh, this looks too messy to fool with.
I
It's
agree.
really cute.
It is cute. Yeah. Okay. So celebration. I want to qualify that, just remind everybody that there'll be questions, scavenger hunt questions in just a few minutes with prizes. So hang in with me. We're almost done. If you do not have a demonstrator and you need catalogs, let me know because I can send you catalogs if you want me to. So let me start here. I don't have very many samples with these items, so this will be short. So the first one is watercolor melon, and this is another distinctive stamp set. There's a little distinctive right there. So you do get, this is a great example of the different hues you can get with a distinctive stamp set. One inking and you get those lighter highlights and stripes on the watermelon with one ink. So that's a really cute card. So that is that. Next is the Sunny Days designer paper. Okay, I need to get my papers out. I have a whole bunch of papers stacked up, ready to share, but I have piles of goodies in the way. Okay, so I'm just gonna grab my samples. And now this is another one, pretty card with cloud punch. Simple couple layers of this paper. And I'm gonna bring that paper in. Get some of that reflection off there. Whoops. Lost those. Very colorful paper, lots of different berries and flowers, rainbows, leaves, clouds. Here is a card. This is my friend Susie to the rescue again. Look at this card. You've probably seen some of these staggered cascading cards. Well, until she made one, I thought it was going to be way too hard. So I'll be showing this on one of my videos because I think it's really intriguing. But this is all one piece. It's simply scored every inch or so and then cut straight edge and an angle. So now that I have a sample and I don't have to go with directions or a video, I'll recreate this for you all sometime very soon. Okay, so that's that paper. I didn't think about where I was going to put this paper. Okay. Next is the Flight and Airy. So how many of you have to have the Flight and Airy? I think this is a big must-have for a lot of people. So this is so beautiful. I have a lot of samples. I showed the front of this card earlier, and this is the inside that I'm making at my card clubs, and I'll be demonstrating that too. And a lot of people are putting messages or something on these little accordion folds. I didn't, but it's easy to do. So here's a very easy, quick swap card that I received. Here's another very interesting, 2 different patterns, little bird, little leaf, quick swap card. I really like this one, just making this designer paper the star of the card with a greeting. It's a little bit of a fun fold. When they have a card inside, sometimes I like to write their name on it so I can give credit if I share it. Another one with just some punch circles that they textured on the corners. Interesting. Okay, I think that's it for that designer paper. See if I can get that kind of back together. All right, next is the Cradled in Love. And I'm going to tell you, I didn't have a single swap with that or a card, so I made one today. Turned out cute, I think. I did it in Flirty Flamingo with Smoky Slate. Very easy to do. This rug is quite interesting. I stamped it in the Flirty Flamingo and colored it in with gray. It's a little crooked, but it works. The mobile and the little handle are separate. It was easy to line up because it's photopolymer. So, and then this is the paper I will show you in just a minute. It is, I forget the name of it, but that's Cradled in Love, a nice baby set. Let's see. Next we have Softly Stippled. And you know, I had a really pretty swap card I made and I sent them all in and didn't save one for myself and I haven't gotten it back yet. But this paper is gorgeous, just gorgeous. I'm missing, I used so much of it on my swap, this one right here. I really like that pattern. It has those stippled roses on or stippled florals on there on the one sheet. So yeah, it's beautiful, beautiful paper. And this is my other favorite. I used a lot of that one on my swap. So these are all free with a $50 order. Like I said, I don't have a sample with that one, unfortunately. Right, this one is the one I couldn't remember the name of, Most Adored. And it is a specialty paper. Get the glare off there for you. It is in Flirty Flamingo. I stumble over that word. A gold and real red. Really pretty, pretty papers. And this is also free with a $50 order. I'm surprised that the specialty paper was also free with 50. So this is the card. This is that paper that I used on that Cradled in Love right there. Okay. All right. Next, oh, the gems. Where did I put the gems? Here we go. So I've used a lot of these gems. They are in Calypso Coral, Pecan Pie, and Pool Party. And gosh, there's no good way to show you that, is there? So they are faceted gems and they are free with a $50 order. I said I've used quite a bit of them already. Okay. I have a feeling I missed the ribbon. There it is. The Pool Party ribbon. So this is a ruched or gathered ribbon, really thin, really easy to work with. You can even tie a bow without it being really thick. So that is a nice ribbon that's free with a $50. And next is this one. Probably one of my top picks for stamps is this Heartfelt Hellos that matches, that works with the Heartfelt Hexagon Punch. So nice everyday greetings, including mom and dad and Easter. And I have just a few swaps. This is one using the Flight and Airy that I did. I just used that punch underneath and stamped a strip. Plus he cut a lot of birds from that paper for this swap. My friend Pat did some too for me. The other one I did was this one, a really simple card. I posted that on my blog today, I believe. And it's just a 3x4 piece of paper. The 2 3/8 inch circle punch matches or works well with the Heartfelt punch, hexagon punch. And that's the texture embossing folder I will show in just a minute. That's also Sale-a-Bration. Okay, the paper. Here we get to the trusty toolbox. So I want to have give you a little tip on designer paper in the Sale-a-Bration catalog. If you are deciding between a stamp set and paper, go with paper in the beginning. This will sell out. They make their own stamps. They usually do not run out of stamps. Now dies, yes, punches, yes, but paper or dies and punches paper, I think they order from overseas. So always choose designer paper first if you've got to have it. You go with products rather than stamps if you have to make a choice. But a lot of these match that trusty toolbox dies. Yeah, they did a good job on this. Love the ruler, the toolbox paper. Yeah, they were really good. Here's a sample I just got into today. So really cute. These are directly from the paper, I believe. Here's those cork embellishments. Neat on a guy's card. Okay. Next, Jungle Pals. So the stamp set is free with a $50 order, but it matches the dies that are free with $100 order. Okay, so those are the dies. There's a lot of dies in here. What is it? 15 dies, lots of different leaves and vines. I didn't stamp any of these. I did them really quick the other day. But here's a card I made up today. So using that die right there in different colors, I stamped and die cut colored the alligator and the toucan. I'm missing the toucan on here. Interesting. Oh, wait, no, that is the lemur. Isn't that a lemur? I don't know. So anyway, I'm missing a die on there. Now I have no room. We'll see what I can do. But that bundle would be a $150 order and you get both of them for free. All right, now we get into the pretty things that are $100 options. There is a bundle, a stamp and embossing folder bundle. So these flowers go right on this little set of leaves, and these two with the, I think, a bud go on this set here. So it's a two-step stamp. Then you get some greetings as well. And this embossing folder, see, I think you can see it best on this one. Hopefully I'm showing it well enough for you to see that pretty texture. Very intricate, kind of lacy, but chains. I don't know. Maybe that's why they labeled it softly sophisticated, because they didn't know how to say chains and lace. Okay, here is another card that I received in a swap, and this is I forget the name of that paper, but here is that stamp set. She even did the inside. So this is this one, and this is this one. Wow, she used both. See that? So really pretty. And then Susie made me this one and sent this one to me. She is such an amazing friend, I tell you. Here's that free ribbon. Here is this image right here. And she did a layered a lattice effect with that Sunny Days designer paper. And there's that same embossing folder. So yeah, some great samples for that set. And last, I think this is last, is the dogwood. So this is the free with $100 order. It is a big red rubber stamp set. I haven't even opened mine yet or put it together, but I did receive this swap, and how beautiful is that? So just a few little marker images of the wild wheat and colored in some leaves, and they use the perennial postage, put some glue on there, I think, die here. So really pretty, really pretty. Okay, that is it, except for the join offer. Let me explain the join offer to you. If you are putting in regular orders or you have a big order you want to place, it would make sense to sign up as a demonstrator. It honestly does. And you get the perks, well, as long as you stay with it, you can enjoy the perks of your discount, being on my team, getting all the tutorials for free, all that when you're on my team. And Stampin' Up! Has multiple websites you can be part of. There's just so much to enjoying the perks. But when you join in January, you honestly don't have to place your $300 minimum order per quarter now. Normally it'd be required by the end of March, January, February, March. You don't have to put a $300 order in until the end of June, because they waive your first quarter. So all those quarters or those months of, maybe you'll place a $50 order, maybe you'll do 100. You have until June to get your $300 in, and you're a demonstrator then until September. So for $300 order. So yeah, and the neat thing about, let me just explain how it works. So when you're ordering, say $100 and you're a demonstrator, you are only paying $80 because you get 20% off. And on a demonstrator order, when you order on a demonstrator order, they add tax and shipping on the $80. They don't add tax and shipping on the $100 amount. They add tax and shipping on the $80. So we get even a better deal. So it is a really good deal, good way to get products from Stampin' Up! At a discount. Now the offers are, if you pay $99 for your starter kit, you have a choice of the glass mat with a cleaning cloth and a silicone mat that has little sections in it for ink spots, doodling, coloring, whatever. So that is free. Or you can get an additional $30 in products added to your starter kit of any choice. So you pay $99, you get $125 free, add on the glass mat bundle, or add on $30 bundle. So that's the joint offer right now through February. So if you're interested, let me know. I'll answer any questions you might have. And yeah, I have, in fact, who's all on here that's on my team? I know Carol was on there. Jen has been on my team many times. I don't know if she's still on. All right, let me get to the scavenger hunt questions and the prizes. Okay, are you ready? So I have, now this is on chat. So if you weren't here in the beginning and you didn't understand what we're doing, hang on, I got to take a drink. I'm going to show 3 questions. First one to answer via chat on each question will get a prize. Okay, all right. The first one is quite easy. Which bundle has 2 different types of mailbox dies? Get going on your chat if you have that answer. Okay, now if you don't want to do that one, you can do this one. I will qualify one winner. The same person can't win more than one. I want to spread out the prizes. Okay, oh my gosh. Okay, who is that from iPhone 117? You popped up right away. Rhonda, you were second, but I don't know who that iPhone 117 is. So, all right, so those are 2. Now here's the third one. How many butterflies do you see on page 23? How many butterflies do you see on page 23? This one's tricky. This one's really tricky. Okay.
So Leanne,
Yes?
I can't tell what this one person answered here. Perennial, I'm not sure what she's saying.
Oh, for the Happy Mother's Day one?
Yeah, I think she's saying the right answer, but
Is the chat not making sense?
Rhonda, no, just can you see how she spelled it? It's not, the first word is right, but the second word isn't.
Perennial, oh yeah, it's not spelled right, but that's Rhonda. So that's just one. You have to put all 3 answers in the same. Nope, 5 is not the right answer, girls. 7 is not the right answer either. Keep trying. Nope, 9 is not the right answer either. This is a tricky one. How many butterflies? I'm tricky this time. But
And still no one has answered the Mother's Day one yet.
no, this one we have a winner. But somebody has to tell me. No, it's not 40 because that's in the whole pack. So it's what do you see? How many butterflies do you see? 10. Jen, you got it, Jen. You're right. Okay, now we still have this one to answer. So far we have Jen, and this one was a phone number. And whoever has that phone number, let me go back. iPhone 117. I don't know who that is. So you'll have to tell me your name. Oh, Jean Steiner. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha, Jean. I see it. Okay, so Jean, I'm going to just Steiner. This one is, oops, Jen. And we're still waiting for this one. I need all the answers on one chat. Gotcha, Jean. Thank you. So yeah, this one we're still waiting for. Here I thought this one was going to be really tricky and Jen got it. No, it's not 10 on both pages. It's only on page 23, Sarah. So there's a hidden one. I'm just going to say, but Jen already got it. She got the number 10. There's actually 10. Nope, not on both pages. Okay, still waiting for 3. I know this is a search. This is going to be a search. You're going to have to look pretty closely to find 3 Happy Mother's Day images for this. Yeah, Ruth, I asked my friend Ruth here to help me with the door prizes because I didn't know if I was going to be able to watch. Oh, could I point them out? You betcha. I sure can. Since we have that on here. Okay, page 23. Yes, you'll see how tricky I was. Okay, so we have the 5. That's very easy, right? You see that little one down here? 6. And then do you see that one? 7, 8, and on the stamp set 9, 10. Rhonda, your spelling is still a little bit almost looks like constipated roses. So yeah, this one, I was gonna do butterflies on both pages, but there are a ton of them over here, so I limited it to this page. So yeah, you're welcome, Sarah. You're welcome. Okay, all 3 answers on one chat. If you can do that. Still waiting for the correct answer on that one. And yeah, you'll have to spell them correctly so we know you're right. Now, I am going to also offer something special to anybody who orders from me today. Well, I shouldn't say today, who has been on the chat. Yes, you got it, Rhonda. Good job. Okay, Rhonda's the winner for this one. Now, I don't know if I have everybody's address. Jean Steiner, you were the winner for the other one. Jen, of course, I know she's local to me. But Jean and Rhonda, would you please message me either on Facebook or email or something with your mailing address so I can send you the prize. Okay. All right. So thank you everybody for watching and joining me. But I'm going to tell everyone that I am giving a gift of specialty paper from Holiday and Farmer Catalogs, a whole stack of these in 4x6 sizes to the next few orders I get online who were on the Zoom. You have to have been on the Zoom. So I have it's a huge stack. I don't know how many pages are in here, and I have more off to the side. So I'm going to cut this whole thing in 4x6 pieces and give this as a gift to anybody who places an order over $25 who has been on the Zoom. So, you know, just have to place an order, use one of my host codes that is right here, and you'll get that sent to you in the mail as a thank you gift. Okay, I've got to turn my camera off of this because this is boring. Not that I like having my face on video, but okay, I should put on gallery view. Am I on there now? Don't see me. Oh, you do see me? Okay. Does anybody have any questions? You can unmute, answer it. I'll answer any questions. Otherwise, we're going to call it quits in a few minutes here. Thank you all. You hung on really well throughout this thing. Maybe you went and did dishes or something for a while, but
Thank you. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
good. Did you learn anything?
Yeah, I did.
Good.
You always point out things I just miss completely. I guess I don't look close enough. So,
And I'm sure there's many more.
yeah, I'm sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I always enjoy it.
Leanne, do you have a sheet that shows the die cuts from Trusty Tools?
Yes. If I can find it. You wouldn't believe the mess I have in front of me. It's all scattered. I have. Let's see.
Leanne,
Yes.
can you show the other side of the free Sale-a-Bration most adored paper?
I actually did show both sides when I did that, when I showed you. But yeah, this is, so one side is all gold. You can see that. And the other side is pinks and reds. So I'm showing both sides at the same time. That makes sense?
Okay, thank you.
They're not always next to each other, but sometimes I like to alternate colors. So yeah. Okay, let me keep looking for the Trusty Tools. There's my kitty cat. Gotta get in on the action. Okay, keep going. Okay, I'm gonna switch my camera view again. Hold on, it's easier to point down than it is Is that showing?
Yes.
Yes. I'm curious, like on the one on page 73, it has the handle for the toolbox and it has the little bolts and nuts, and then there's a straight piece underneath that. I was trying to figure out what is that piece. And I don't,
Oh, you know, that I did not do. I'm assuming that, if I can find my set.
I was like, what is that for?
Yeah, I'm waiting for somebody to tell me.
Okay.
Because this one right here, I'm assuming is the top of like a toolbox.
Yes,
So it's this piece right here, I think you're asking about.
it is.
I- There's a little jagged edge at the end of it. I did not die cut that. And let me see, did you try and look at their samples on page 56? To see if they show it?
Leanne,
Yes.
that's a level.
What's
Yeah,
a
it is.
level? Oh,
Yeah, you know, to make a
sure.
level wall or to level in a picture,
Yes.
that's what that is.
Oh,
But
okay.
they don't have a stamp to go with it. So how would you know that just a piece of paper die cut with that is a level?
Leanne, this is Jane Mint. You know what Brian does, right?
I do, hi Jane.
Okay. It's a level.
Okay, but what I'm asking is like, okay, say you cut that out of yellow paper or brown paper, how would
See how it's got
anybody?
the little, see how it's got the little holes in the inside? That's where the little bubble is that tells you it's a level.
There's actually no holes. It's a solid piece. This is just
Yeah,
to
but
get
that's
it
where that
out.
would be. Yeah,
Oh,
that's where you'd have the little bubbles in there.
okay, that makes
They're
sense.
just not that specific for you and me who do cards, because who has that little teeny tiny ability to do that?
Right, right.
But
Okay.
I'm 99% positive that is your level.
And I bet you could tell me what this piece is too then. Let's see if I can.
Can you make it flat?
Can I make it flat?
Yeah. Okay. I gotta wait till your picture comes back on.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Oh,
I
I
have a
probably
s-
don't
there
have
you
it
go.
on speaker view. I need to be talking for it to stay on me.
Oh, man, that one I don't honestly know.
Looks like the end of a tape measure.
Yes.
It kind of does,
you're
but the other
right.
one was a tape measure,
I
so I
thought it
don't
looked
know
like
if
a
they'd
You're
have two
tab
right.
with
pieces.
It
like
goes
rope.
right on
Oh
the
my
tape
God,
measure
you got a
right
good
there.
eye. Yeah, you got a good eye on that one.
We can't see you. So,
I'm sorry. I think it's on speaker. Let me turn it to gallery view. Maybe then it won't be as large, but then,
so that's the end to the tape measure.
yes.
Yeah.
Somebody has a sharp eye on that one.
Yes, I mean, it's loaded. I don't even know, like, I think this has something to do with the drill, I think. Because it matches that hole. I don't know. Maybe it goes this way. So I don't, there's parts on here. I have to wait for somebody smarter than me to figure
I
them
wonder
out.
if that's how you wind up the tape measure.
I don't think so. It
Go in
doesn't
the center.
it doesn't fit
Okay.
well, no.
When you talk to Pat Honadell, you have her run that by Joan. He'll know every part.
I will.
So,
Good suggestion. Have her, I'll show it to John or Joan or JJ and they can tell her what it is.
Exactly.
Leanne, if you're looking on page 56, how did they do that little green toolbox?
Oh, gosh.
Do
Good
you know?
question. I'm trying to see because it looks like it's just either strips of green cardstock or it's one big piece and then they used this with the holes in it because it's 4 holes, but how they got the little stripes on it, I don't know. But
Okay.
this, I believe, is the front of the toolbox and this then.
Remember, yeah, I was gonna say, remember that little angled piece? That was the handle.
Yes.
for the
So
toolbox.
there you go for the toolbox. I just
Okay.
don't know what size box you would do to make that. Somebody will.
And it's
post it.
possible, the thing I said was a level, that might make the stripes inside.
Maybe
Come
smaller
back, yeah,
though.
come back towards the end. There you go. Look at, does that fit inside to make the stripes?
No, it's
Oh.
too short.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was a
I don't
maybe.
have it yet, so it's hard to tell from the little pictures, some of
It
them.
is.
There's so many dies in that.
Yes, there are. What does it say here? There are 20 dies. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, but thanks for asking the question. Any other questions that you want me to clarify, if I can, or find somebody else who's smarter? Okay, all right. I think we're gonna call it good for the night. Thank you all for hanging with me. We went just a little bit over my estimated time. But just message me with any other questions or concerns, and I really appreciate you all hanging in and joining me for this.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Great job, Leanne.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Have a great weekend.
you too.
Thanks, Leanne. Much appreciated.
You're welcome.